Welcome into the beautiful J.J. Isaacson Field here at Seymour Smith Park. Red Raiders and Crop Dusters just about to be underway shortly. Sam Whittaker, Mike Knockenauer to bring it to you tonight. Mike, it's a beautiful day out in Omaha, Nebraska, and we've got perfect baseball weather.
Yeah, we do. It's a beautiful night here at J.J. Isaacson Field. These two teams, they've been struggling early in the season. Crop Dusters have been a little more consistent. Red Raiders are definitely finding their groove, it seems like. But it'll be interesting to see how these two teams fare out tonight.
Absolutely, and we can get a look at those standings so far through the year. You see that top Royal Blue Dogs still on top, 12-3, great record through this first month of the season, followed up by the Rail Riders, Filth Ballers, Crop Dusters, who you'll see today, and that Red Raiders team in there as well. So a matchup of 4 and 5 middle-of-the-pack teams, Bombers, Black Sox, and Haymakers to round it out. Mike, what do you think this game is going to mean in the standings?
It's going to mean a lot, I think. As Ethan and I were saying earlier in the year, we think that this is a very balanced league this year, and we think that a lot of teams are just haven't found their groove yet and are really looking to kind of break out. Black Sox are one of those teams. I think when we called their game, they were 1-7, and you see them now 5-9. Royal Blue Dogs actually already beat the Filth Ballers earlier today, 11-4. So they're up to 13-3. Filth Ballers will drop to 8-1. But as we've been saying, overall, this seems to be a very even league. A lot of teams have beaten and lost to teams. It's just been a very competitive league all around.
And if you remember from the All-Star game the other day, me and Ethan talked about some of the hottest teams. That Black Sox team, they're starting to come around. 5-9. They're a team that's going to find themselves higher in the standings soon, aren't they, Mike?
Absolutely. They have really started to play a lot better baseball. But obviously, anything can happen. They could either go and continue their dominance, or they could end up falling off.
And I want to talk another team bouncing back as we look at tonight's storylines for the game. The Red Raiders began the season 1-6-1. Their last 4 games, they are 6-4, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. As we were saying, their first 8 games, not ideal, but as of late, over their last 10, it's been a completely different story. Nearly to 500 now at 7-10-1. Crop Dusters sitting now at 500 as you take a look at the hot streak side of the storylines. Both of these teams coming in on a league-high 4-game winning streak. Crop Dusters fell to 3-7 after starting the season 3-1. And they are now at 500 at 7-7. And that Red Raiders team, as we said, up to 7-10-1. So very interesting game tonight as one of these teams continues to stay hot.
And I want to talk about one last thing just before we send you to the break. The Red Raiders and the Crop Dusters, both some of the most lethal teams at getting on base, but the Red Raiders are lethal when they're on permanently with those stolen base count. They have 76 stolen bases, and have only been caught stealing 18 times.
That is really impressive, and that's something you're going to be careful with if you're the Crop Dusters. I believe it's Obrecht behind the plate for the Crop Dusters, so if you're him, you're going to be really careful and got to keep your eyes open for that.
Well, he'll have his work cut out for him, and we'll have this game out for you when we return on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome back into J.J. Isaacson Field, and we have a standoff on the baselines. Red Raiders and Crop Dusters already a battle, as you can see there. I believe that's the Bat Boy as well as Drew Haferkamp on the line for the Red Raiders. Umpires letting it go. And
I believe that's
Cole,
Cole Geezer on the other side for the Crop Dusters. It's still going as Garrett White has began to warm up. So interesting to see how long they're going to let this go.
I think this is just a sign for how good this game is going to be.
I mean, I'm really excited as he's got him his Gatorade, I think, now.
Alrighty, well, we'll bring you the starting pitcher, Garrett White, on the mound for the Crop Dusters in this game. Garrett White, hailing from Southeast Community College, coming into the game with a high ERA of 6.49, but 13 strikeouts over 15 and a thirds innings pitched. Not too bad. Got that 1.83 whip, fifth appearance this season. It's his fourth start as well.
Yeah, his first appearance on the year was back on June 6th against the Bombers. Just a inning in relief, gave up a few runs, but then he had a scoreless 5-inning effort against the Filth Ballers, and his last two starts haven't been the strongest, 6 earned and 5 earned over 2 of his last starts respectively, but he's looking to get back in his groove and find what's working for him.
And as you saw there, the Red Raiders did win that battle on the standoff.
You think that gives them the upper hand to start these things off?
Oh, easily. You got momentum going to the game. So Blair Spees up first for the for the Red Raiders to start this game off. White, first pitch, and in there on that wall for strike one. As you could probably hear, beautiful 91 degrees out here in Omaha. Very warm day. As the next pitch, a swing and a miss by Spees, giving an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, if you're White, you're going to want to attack the zone early and just let the batters know whose zone it is.
White in an 0-2 advantage, kick, delivery. That one up high and a 1-2 count.
Yeah, the battery tonight for the Crop Dusters, Garrett White on the bump and Elliot Peterson behind the dish for this Crop Duster squad.
As the 1-2, high fly up right on top of the press box. Almost hit the bleachers. Thankfully didn't get anyone. That one came eerily close to the press box.
As we've been saying all year, we're waiting for one to come up here to the press box so we can try and catch one.
So White, the 1-2, once more to Spees. That one in there, and that's a backwards K. First of the game, 1 up, 1 down for White.
That was just a beautifully executed pitch, just kind of froze Spees, and he didn't know what to do, and gets the first out of the game on the board.
Braden Jackson now for the Red Raiders. Saw him in the All-Star game the other day. First pitch from White. Delivery, that one up high.
If you're White, you're going to want to see what works early on. That's what you're always doing here in the first inning, is you're just trying to feel what feels comfortable and what you can try and continue to work on throughout the game.
Is that one in there? Takes strike one. Braden Jackson, the Oklahoma Wesleyan man. 3.78 average coming into the game. As he'll take another one in there. White just attacking the zone now.
Yeah, if you're White, you're going to want to continue to do that throughout this game. And once again, make sure that the Red Raiders hitters don't get comfortable.
As next one grounded over to second. Brown's got to get a throw over, and he does in time over to Beeman. Score that a 4-3, and that's the second out of the inning.
Perfectly executed once again. Just a nice, easy chopper over to Brown at second. Scoops it up. Plenty of time to throw on to first, and there's 2 down.
Now the shortstop, Jackson's steal. White been perfect so far. Braden Jackson earlier, probably one of the more dangerous hitters on this Red Raiders team. As the first delivery to steal inside, almost got him. Steele back in. And we'll do the 1-0 with 2 away. The delivery from White. That one up there and in for the first strike of the at-bat.
That's a beautiful breaking ball there from White. But he's got to be careful not to hang those too much, otherwise these batters are going to start to turn on him.
White in a 1-1 count. Delivery to Steele. That one a swing and a miss. Not too much of a heavy swing there.
Looked like a bit of an off-speed, so it looked like Steele kind of started his swing and then realized he was a little early on it, but couldn't hold back.
White with a chance. The 1-2 upstairs and outside in a 2-2 count now. So in a 2-2 count, White looking to put Steele away. That one grounded foul to the left, and we'll do a 2-2 once more. Fifth pitch of the at-bat. Here comes the 6th. Delivery from White. That one up there and away, a full count now. Steele worked it back to a 3-2 count. See if he protects here or takes his walk if he can get it. 3-2 payoff from White. That one in there for a swinging strike. So 3 up and 3 down for Garrett White to start the game. And we'll see if the Red Raiders can respond to a 3 up, 3 down on their own on the Corn Belt League Network. Bottom of the first, about to be underway here from J.J. Isaacson Field. If you're joining us late, Sam Whittaker, Mike Knockenhauer, Red Raiders crop dusters on the mound for the Red Raiders. It's going to be Patrick Zeller. And up first, Will Barrett for the crop dusters. Will Barrett, the extra hitter in this contest, as the delivery from Zeller outside and in for strike 1. Good break on that ball. That was beautiful. Another one from Zeller. That one didn't catch the zone in a 1-1 count.
Yeah, these two offenses aren't the strongest in the league. 6 and 7, respectively, the Red Raiders and Crop Dusters in average. Actually, no, they're both tied for 6 at 203 average, but that doesn't mean that baseball's a funny game, obviously, as both these teams 4-game winning streaks. So interesting to see what will happen.
As Zeller laces that one into center, chasing after it over his head in center. The throw in now, gonna cut him off at second. So early on, a 2-bagger for Will Barrett to start the offense for the Crop Dusters.
Only the second extra base hit of the year for Will Barrett, but making his leadoff appearance count as leadoff double for the Crop Dusters, and they are in business here in the top of the first.
That one traveled over the head of Chris Calhoun. And Cody's Rust up now. Lead off of second. Barrett, and that one in there for a first pitch strike. Check over to second. Deal from Zeller. That one in there. 0-2. Zeller coming into today's contest with a 3.33 ERA, 26 Ks, a beautiful number in 21 innings pitched. Rust faces the next 0-2 outside and away for ball one.
That's a great take there from Zrust, just outside, but that's a great 0-2 pitch to lay off there, as nearly caught the edge of the plate.
Rust looks for his 5th hit of the season. That one down and away in a 2-2 count now. No one away. The leadoff of second is Will Barrett. Rust in a 2-2 delivery from Zeller. That one high fly into shallow right and caught at second over by Ty Poor, and that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it was a great pitch there to just jam Rust into popping out, as that's a great response there from Zeller after giving up the leadoff double.
The DH now, Parker Mooney. This guy has unreal power. Talked about it earlier. Already got 1 home run, just one of the few that has hit a home run in the Corn Belt League.
Yeah, only one of 2 players on this Crop Dusters squad to even hit a home run, and one of only 6 to hit a home run in the entire league. So some great power off the bat of today, the designated hitter Parker Mooney out of Augustana University.
Zeller in an 0-1 advantage, 1 away. Check over to second. That one in there for strike number 2.
Yes, for the second batter in a row, Zeller finds himself up in the count 0-2. It's going to be interesting to see what his approach is going forward as he gets, if he can get up on these Crop Dusters hitters early.
Zeller, 0-2 delivery. That one down low and away. Couldn't get the squeeze on it, but as a drop third strike, advance to third is Will Barrett. So still get the out and the K, and there's 2 away.
Not necessarily the pitch you want to swing at if you're Parker Mooney, but it was in the dirt and ended up being a drop third strike, so it does end up moving the runner over to third. So if anything, there's that bright spot, but now you have your cleanup hitter in Cade Perry, who has the other home run on this team, looking to take advantage of that leadoff double.
First pitch up high, way high. Had to jump up for that one. Mache behind the dish for Zeller in today's contest. Zeller 1-0. Swing and a miss right there by Cade Perry. Perry over at third in today's game. So when a 1-1 count, 2 away, Barrett over at third. The delivery outside from Zeller. Zeller trying to get that second strike in on Cade Perry. And no, not there in a 3-1 count. That one just a little bit too high.
Cade Perry with some good discipline right now after swinging at that high inside fastball. It's worked the count to 3-1.
The deal from Zeller. That one fouled way back in over us. Moves a full count now. Perry's going to protect here. If he sees something he likes, try not to get jammed like his teammate Rust earlier. Zeller gets the sign. 3-2 payoff. That one swing down the third base line, but foul. We'll do a payoff pitch once more. Perry battling right now. The deal from Zeller. That one up high and away for a walk.
Great plate appearance there from Cade Perry, as forces, I believe that was a 7-pitch walk. Just if you're early in these games, if you're a hitter, you're always thinking, how can I run this guy's pitch count up? And Cade Perry did exactly that, as Patrick Zeller already up to 19 pitches, excuse me.
And Matthew Brown founds the first pitch he sees. No clunk onto the press box. So in an 0-1 count early. Barrett over at third. Perry on first after that walk. 2 away in the inning. Zeller, check over to first. Back in time. No dive needed for Perry. Matthew Brown out at second for the Crop Dusters in today's game. Deal from Zeller. And an 0-1 count moves it to 1-1. So Zeller high in that pitch count already. It's going to play a factor on how long he can stay in this game. Just needs something here on the ground. Is that one laced into left, and that's going to fall for a base knock and score the first run of the game.
That's a beautiful piece of hitting there for Matthew Brown, as he just waited on his pitch, turned on it, and laced it just in front of the left fielder Spees. And the Crop Dusters off to a good start as they plate the first run of the game here just in the bottom of the first inning.
Ben Keski now with the pink gloves. Beautiful style choice, I might add. Faces the first pitch down low and away. Zeller, the deal. That one, a little fly into right, and that's going to fall for another base knock. Couldn't get to the right fielder, Jackson. That's going to be an extra base hit and score 2 runs. The throw down to the plate, not in time. That's a 2-run triple for Ben Keski.
Keski, another piece of great hitting. This time goes opposite field, shoots the right center gap all the way to the wall as he speeds his way all the way to third with his second triple on the year. And just like that, it's 3-0 Crop Dusters.
Cooper Beneke now swings and misses at the first pitch. Crop Dusters already striking very early in this game, out to a 3-0 advantage. The next one, swing and fouled back to the left. A little 2-out rally early on. Will Barrett scored that first run of the game, and then that 2-run triple, Perry and Brown came around to score. Keski over at third. The deal up and high away to Beneke.
Yeah, this Crop Dusters team has really run up the pitch count on Zeller here early in the first, already up to 26 pitches. So, going to be interesting to see how much longer he can go.
And that one will fly into center for another base knock. That's an RBI single for Cooper Beneke, and the Crop Dusters are on a roll.
This is the definition of a 2-out rally here, as manager and pitching coach, I believe now, for the Red Raiders going to come out and early mound meeting here for this Red Raiders team.
Meeting of the minds, as our good old friend and pal Ethan McCormick would love to say. Zeller, that pitch count has already rocketed up. 26 so far. Not the ideal start. Already down 4-0 in the bottom of the first.
He was doing pretty well. He gave up the leadoff double, but then he retired the 2 and 3 hitters. Then he ended up walking Cade Perry, and it's been a triple, a single, and a single for this Crop Dusters team. We were 2 outs in the bottom of the first, so not ideal if you're Patrick Zeller and the Red Raiders here early.
Started off with a Will Barrett double. Then Zrust and Mooney striking out Zrust with a little fly pop-up to second. And now all the way down to the 8th spot at Eric Beeman, the first baseman in this contest. There's the deal to Beeman. That one grounded right back up the middle. That's going to be another base knock. No advance down to third for Beneke. Crop Dusters rolling still.
Yeah, make that 5 hits on 4 runs. Still no activity in the Red Raiders bullpen. That may change soon as absolute nightmare start for the Red Raiders. But if you're the Crop Dusters, this is exactly what you love to see.
And we're down to the 9 spot now. Elliot Peterson faces a first pitch ball to start him out.
Peterson, the backstop from Southeast Community College, has a lot of power in his bat and a very good glove behind the plate.
That one in there for strike number 1, even a count at 1-1. Elliot Peterson coming into the game with a 100 on the dot average. Is that one down and away? No advance from either runner. It's Beneke over at second and Beeman over at first. A 4-run inning to start this game out in what looked to be a battle early on. As the deal and a swing drive into left. That's going to be another base knock and an RBI. Crop Dusters are on fire right now. That's an RBI single for Elliot Peterson to start his day.
This is what the Crop Dusters are capable of, as 5 runs on 6 hits, and it's the bottom of the first. As it's been we're already down to the 10 spot. Andy Cisneros. Red Raiders were an out away from getting out of this thing unscathed, and Crop Dusters have brought across 5 runs here with 2 outs in the first. So absolute offensive explosion here early.
Cisneros faces a first pitch strike early. We have a courtesy runner over at first. It's the Wayne State Wildcat, Noah Strezik. My man. As the next one up and away to Cisneros. It was a 2-out to start the top 3 hitters. And now a huge swing right there by Cisneros. Chance for Zeller to get out of this inning. Next pitch down and away. Advance both runners. The throw down to third in time. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. So the absolute explosion of offense from the Crop Dusters gives them a 5-0 lead to start the game. Have to see how the Red Raiders respond on offense when we come back on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome back. J.J. Isaacson Field, home of Corn Belt League action. Crop Dusters, Red Raiders. Explosion of offense in the bottom of the first if you missed it. As Garrett White, first pitch swing. That's going to be an easy can of corn out in shallow left for Cody's Rust.
See what you did there with the crop dusters.
So early on, first out. And we'll see Chris Calhoun up next from Rio Hondo Community College. And this guy is a threat on the base paths as he swings at the first pitch and misses. But my goodness, 15 stolen bases. Chris Calhoun is a monster on the base paths.
Yeah, as we were saying, this Red Raiders team has 20 more stolen bases than anyone else in the league. You were talking about Calhoun has 15 of his own. The Crop Dusters and Black Sox have 28 and 27 as a team. So that just puts it into perspective how much of a threat this guy is on the base paths.
Chris Calhoun in a 1-2 count now. See if he can battle back here. The deal from White, a swing and a little blooper over to third. The throw over and not in time. Great arm action by Cade Perry over there at third, but no dollar on the throw over.
Yeah, that was just a little dribbler down the third base line. Perry did everything he could, but Calhoun, good hustle down the line just to finally give the Red Raiders a base runner after not being able to get anything done to the first 5 batters and obviously giving up 5 runs in the bottom half.
And now the DH Dylan Breezeboy up for his first trip at the plate. So one man on. It's Calhoun over at first. The throw up and away. Elliot Peterson has got his work cut out for him behind the plate today. If you missed it in our pregame show, 76 stolen bases. That's right, 76 for this Red Raiders team. Calhoun 15 at first. The next one pulled back the swing, couldn't get the squeeze on it, and a 2-0 count to start out Dylan Breezeboy. 2-0 delivery. Runner in motion, that's Calhoun. Throw down to second. Not in time. Show the wheels there by Chris Calhoun. That's 16 stolen bases for him now on the season.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good throwdown by Peterson right on the money, but Calhoun able to just hustle it out and swipe his 16th bag of the year, as you said.
Breezeboy in a 2-1 count. That last pitch a strike as he faces the next one. Pulled back the swing and a 3-1 count now. Sun starting to come out in left field, looking absolutely beautiful in a golden hour. As the deal from White upstairs and away. And that's a walk to Dylan Breezeboy.
I mean, yeah, just like that, you got 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the second. If you're the Red Raiders right now, you're not thinking we need to get all of these back at once. We just need a couple. Just one would be adequate. But if you're thinking if I can score both of these runs, go out, have Zeller put up a 0. I mean, we're right back in this thing. That's why baseball's not a time sport. It's never over, obviously. You have infinite amount of time if you need it.
And a quick little mound visit we'll have now. Elliot Peterson meeting with his man, Garrett White, on the mound. To remind you, Garrett White from Southeast Community College, part of the Storm.
Elliot is as well, so you might think maybe there's some chemistry there that influenced Peterson being behind the dish tonight.
The deal, runner in motion, throw down to third. Not in time. That's another stolen base for Chris Calhoun. He's at 17.
Like, there's nothing wrong with what Peterson's doing. He's doing all of his mechanics right. It's just, it's so hard to defend against a guy like that who has such good speed and able to have good jumps and stuff like that. And that's already 2, as you said, adding on to his total this season.
Weiss at the dish in a 2-1 count. Connor Weiss from Northwest Missouri State has a 174 average. throw. That one a little fly into left, and that's going to fall very shallow. Couldn't get the glove on it, and that's going to score a run for the Red Raiders.
As that's exactly what the Red Raiders needed. Just start to chip away early at that lead. Best part about giving up 5 runs in the first. There's still 6 innings of baseball left to play as they get one of those runs back really quickly here in the top of the second. And if you're the Red Raiders, you're thinking, hey, we're not done here. We still have 2 on with only 1 out. Let's try and make this even closer of a game.
Just to remind you, this is a battle in the middle of the pack teams. The 4 and the 5, the Red Raiders and the Crop Dusters, as that next one drilled and got Ty Poor. That'll juice the bases. Little momentum here now as we're going to have a mound visit by Crop Dusters head coach. Hopefully got to get out of this jam if you can. Garrett White started the inning with an out of Nick Chanez. Nick Chanez from William Jewell College. He was the first out of this inning, and then it's been Calhoun with a single, a walk by Breezeboy, and a single by Connor Weiss. Jaden Mache now the man behind the plate for the Red Raiders in this game has a bases-loaded opportunity. The deal to Mache, 0-0, and that one is ball 1. Jaden Mache from Concordia University got 4 hits to his name so far in the season as he faces the next one and fouls it back. That's a 1-1 count now to the catcher. Garrett White, the deal. Down low and away. 2-1 count to Mache.
Yeah, Garrett White just thinking, I got to throw strikes here, make them put the ball in play and have my defense make plays.
As he does there in a 2-2 count now. The ideal scenario for Garrett White is a ground out. Hopefully get that double play if he can. Mache just wants to find something in the field. That one is laced into left. Is it going to get down? Yes, it will. Coming around third. That's going to be 2 runs. That's a 2-run double for Jaden Mache.
Great piece of hitting there from Mache. And just like that, the tying run is a base knock away as the Red Raiders have put across 3 here with 1 down in the top of the second. And the 10-hitter in Ty Bradley has a chance, Ty Beasley, excuse me, with a chance to tie things up or at least bring it within a run as tying run on second now.
This game was halfway to a mercy rule in the bottom of the first inning. And the Red Raiders have come all the way back. They've stormed back now, down 2 runs as a drive into left. That one into the glove, but that's going to score 1 more run. It's a 5-4 Crop Dusters lead. Look at the Red Raiders go.
As I was saying, you have 6 more innings of baseball to play. Obviously, you wanted to chip away at that lead, but obviously this works even better if you're the Red Raiders, as they've now brought across 4, and it's a 1-run game. Now top of the order for Blair Spees.
Ty Poor now. Or, excuse me, Blair Spees, excuse me.
And I think they're going to say that a guy left early.
Ooh.
Not sure who it would be. I think it was Ty Poor. I think they're going to say left early.
We're going to have a meeting on the umpires.
Interesting call here by the umpires as we're going to head to break. It's going to be a 5-3 ball game, I believe. Red Raiders respond with 3 after giving up 5 in the first. 2-run ball game. Headed to the bottom of the second here on the Corn Belt League Network.
Welcome back into J.J. Isaacson Field and an interesting ending to the last inning. You're going to have to check the game tape on that one. But Patrick Zeller still in the game for the Red Raiders as Andy Cisneros, the center fielder in this contest, takes the first pitch ball out and away.
Yeah, Cisneros did come up to bat in the bottom of the first, but had to head back to the dugout after one of his guys was caught stealing to end the inning. But back up here in the 10 hole to start things off here in the bottom of the second.
New chance as the 1-1 in there for strike two. You got to watch out now if you're Andy Cisneros. Zeller 1-2 to Cisneros. That one fouled back. Keep it to a 1-2 count.
Looked like Cisneros got crossed up a bit there, but lucky enough, got his bat on it. Stay alive in the at-bat.
At a 1-2, this to be the fifth pitch of the at-bat. Deal from Zeller. That one swung over to second and caught by Ty Poor for the first out of the inning.
If you're Zeller, that's a sigh of relief to try and start off the inning with a line out. Just got his bat on it, but right to the second baseman. And Zeller has got to feel fairly good after giving up 5 in the first to start things off with a putout.
Will Barrett back up now. Doubled and scored his first time up as he hacks and misses at the first pitch. The extra hitter. Deal from Zeller to Barrett. That one fouled way out to the right. Barrett in an 0-2 hole to Patrick Zeller. Zeller deals the 0-2. That one swung right back to Zeller, and an easy throw over in time for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, just a quick 1-2, but as we remember, Crop Dusters team put across 5 runs after getting 2 outs on offense. So Zeller going to have to keep throwing his best stuff if he wants to get out of this one unscathed.
Cody's Rust now. Back up for his second trip. Pop up to second his last time out. Just 1 of 2 outs before that giant 2-out rally as he faces a first pitch strike. Zeller starting to deal a bit more now.
Yeah, it seems like he's a lot more comfortable with his stuff. Seemed very tense coming out, and it showed, giving up 6 hits. But here in the second, he's looked a lot more at ease and a lot better with his pitch control.
So that last one was in the dirt. It's a 1-1 count to the shortstop's Rust. A 1-1 does Rust now. In there for strike number 2. Gotta wonder if Rust is just going to play the patient ball game as he faces a 1-2 swing right off the glove of Zeller over to second. The throw will not be in time. So that's a base knock for Cody's Rust.
Yeah, that's just a bad break if you're Zeller. That ball was grounded right to you. Shot his glove up at it, but just couldn't come down with it. Popped over as Rust reaches on a 2-out infield single.
Parker Mooney now back up for the Crop Dusters as he faces that one. A drive to right. Look at the power on that. And into the glove of Braden Jackson. So almost a loud end to the second, but no damage done, as we'll see if the Red Raiders can fully mount this comeback when we return on the Corn Belt League Network. Top of the order, Blair Spees up for the Red Raiders as we return you to beautiful J.J. Isaacson Field. Garrett White back up now for his third inning of work. The deal and a swing by Blair Spees to start out.
That breaking ball just dropped right under the bat of Spees. A beautiful pitch to open things up here in the third for Garrett White.
Already 2 strikeouts in the game for Garrett White as he deals that one down in the dirt. Is a 1-1 count to the leadoff man Spees. Next one, Spees, a swing and a miss. Spees known for his gold glove-like catches out in the left and right field. Struck out looking his first time up. The 1-2 from White down and away. White looks to put away Blair Spees in a 2-2 count with no one away. The deal, and in there for another backwards K. That's his third of the game.
Beautiful pitch rotation there from Garrett White. As he sits down his first Red Raider, he sees that's once again another one of those instances where it's just got to feel good to get that first out of the inning after coming off a very tough couple of batters back in the last inning.
Braden Jackson now, the former All-Star, grounds that one over to short. The throw in time. Look at the arm action right there. Beautiful arm over at short. Cody's Rust showing off the power there, and there's 2 away early.
Yeah, that one forced him to the edge of the grass, edge of the infield, and he had to just fire an absolute bullet over to first. Got the runner just in time for the second out of the top of the third.
Jackson Steele faces a first pitch away, almost got him. Steele, the other shortstop. White has put down the first 2, and he deals an 0-1 upstairs and away. Steele looking to fend off White. Is that one out and away again? 3-0 now to Jackson Steele.
Yeah, that third out always seems to be the hardest one to get, as it seems that's also been the case here today.
The deal from White in there for strike 1, and it's a 3-1 count with 2 away. Steele, 3-1 from White, swing and a miss. It's a full count now to the shortstop.
That's a great way to fight back from Garrett White, even if he does end up walking him here. It's really good to see if you're the Crop Dusters to see he can fight back in these counts.
Steele and a payoff. That one slapped foul. Have another payoff pitch from Garrett White. White and Steele battle it out now. Started as a 3-0 count in advantage. Now the deal in the 3-2. That one fouled way back to the right and out of play. That's some fans chasing for that one.
About to be 8 pitches as that bat. It's been a great battle here between these two guys.
The payoff once more. High fly in the field. And that's going to be caught over at third. So 3 away. And a great job by Cade Perry to silence the Red Raiders as we go to the bottom of the third. Welcome back now, JJ Ison Field. We've got another dog at the park. Little pooch party.
As Ethan McCormick would say, got some canines here in the ballpark tonight. Beautiful night, once again, we might add. As you can maybe see out there in center. Not sure if we get it, but we have a flagpole out there in dead center, as we usually use that to gauge our wind. And tonight seems to be very calm with almost seems to be no wind.
As early on a 1-1 count now. Cade Perry made the last play of the inning as he faces a 1-1. That one down in the dirt. Zeller in a 2-1 count up against the third baseman, Cade Perry. Little discussion between the umpire and Jaden Mache. Zeller the deal, up and away, making it 3-1 now to Cade Perry. Zeller once more out and away, and that's a walk for Cade Perry.
Not a good start if you're Zeller. It's always hard whenever you walk the first guy. So those usually come around to score. Not always, but it seems to be very common occurrence. But see what Zeller can do to try and work off some adversity here early in the third.
As he gets the swing and the miss right there to start out Matthew Brown. Matthew Brown started his day out with a RBI single and came around to score. As a check over to first, they've got him picked off. The throw down to second. Chase back down. And they will finally tag Cade Perry, and that is the first out of the inning in the bottom of the third.
That's a great way to get him off the base. He ended up walking him, but makes up for it immediately, picking him off with a great move. Fooled him. He thought that Perry thought Zeller was going home, but ends up throwing over to first, gets him caught in a pickle. Ended up run down for the first out of the inning.
Can never be too greedy on a lead as the 0-1 down and away to Matthew Brown. 11 first pitch strikes by Zeller so far. He leads the game between him and the arm battle between Garrett White. Garrett White's thrown 6. That next one away, that's going to be a wild pitch. That one was way off. Zeller 2-1 up and away, 3-1 now. Zeller now 3-1 That swing and fouled back. It's going to be a full count now to the second baseman, Matthew Brown.
Oh, the AL, Jesus. I didn't know what you were saying. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Matthew Brown faces a payoff, and that one, that's a strikeout. Matthew Brown thought that one was away, so that's a backwards K on the mound for Patrick Zeller.
Yeah, Zeller with that leadoff walk, but then picks off Perry and then strikes out Brown. Now there's 2 away with no on.
Ben Keski, the pink glove man, in an 0-1 hole early to start him out. 2 away in the inning. There's a swing and a line drive over to third. That's an easy grab for Ty Beasley. So no damage done by the Crop Dusters as we head to the 4th in a 5-3 lead for the Crop Dusters. Welcome back in now, J.J. Isaacson Field. Nick Chanez up for the Red Raiders now. Chanez hitting in that cleanup spot as he faces the 0-0 from White and away for a 1-0 count. The 1-0 deal to Chanez from White, shows bunt, pulls it back. 2-0 count now. The 2-0 now, that one down. Chanez 3-0 up against Garrett White. White in a 3-0 hole deal. That one in there for strike number 1. It's a 3-1 count now.
Chanez, you really need to get on base if you want to work on getting at least 1 here, maybe 2 to tie things up. But this first at-bat is crucial.
The swing and the miss did not pull it back far enough. It's a full count now. See what White has in the bag here. Payoff pitch from White. That one a swing and a little liner over the diving Cody's Rust. And that's a base knock to start off the Red Raiders top of the 4th.
That's a great at-bat from Chanez. Works the count full and just shoots a liner just past the glove of Rust. And he's aboard to lead things off here in the top of the 4th.
Chris Calhoun already has 2 stolen bases in today's game, along with that single.
He has the league by 7. Next closest has 10, and he's sitting up there at 17.
Calhoun in a 1-0 count early on. Man over at first, and that's Nick Chanez. The check over to first. The deal now from White to Calhoun, fouled off to the left. One. White against Calhoun over at first. That's Nick Chanez. The deal from White, a check onto first. Calhoun faces a 1-1, grounds it over to Zrust. Zrust got to get a throw over across the diamond, not in time. Couldn't get it into the glove of Eric Beeman.
Yep, another one of those situations where just putting the ball in play and forcing the defense to make plays is your best option, as he just grounded that one over kind of in no man's land in between the third baseman and shortstop. Zrust made a good effort on it, but unable to come up with the out, and there's now 2 on with no outs here for the Red Raiders as the go-ahead run now steps up to the plate.
Dylan Breezeboy faces a first pitch swing and miss. Calhoun over at first, Chanez over at second.
Chanez and Calhoun combine for 22 total stolen bases. So if you're Peterson, you got to be ready for one of them to take off, try to swipe a bag.
Wants that throw down to third if he can get it, and we're going to have time. Breezeboy step back into the box. It's a 0-1 count to Breezeboy. As he faces next one, swung so hard, lost the handle on it.
I was going to say, you might need a little more pine tar the next time he comes up to the plate. His bat just kind of slipped out of his hand when he came around on his backswing.
Breezeboy in an 0-2 hole now, no one away. Rush just couldn't get that last throw to catch Calhoun, but Calhoun, kind of give him some credit, he's got wheels. Check to second. A little longer, the delay and the throw, up and away. It's a 1-2 count.
Yeah, the Red Raiders, you're going to be passive but aggressive at the same time with these base runners. Obviously, trying to move those guys up, but you also got to remember that every base runner is crucial here in a game like this, especially when you're down.
Garrett White deals a 1-2 high fly to center. And that's going to be an easy grab out in center. Tagging up, no. The throw in not wild enough. Cisneros makes the grab and good arm action for that first out and no one advancing.
Yeah, it was a great, really well played out there in center by Cisneros. It was shallow enough that Chanez didn't want to test him, and probably with good reason, as that was a complete bullet out there in center, as it most likely would have gotten him at third.
Connor Weiss back up now for his second trip to the plate. Singled and scored. The extra hitter. Deal now from White in there for strike one to start him out.
Just painting the corners now is Garrett White. So that's a beautiful first pitch there, just catching enough of the plate for a called first strike.
Check over to second. Little bounce back and forth. The deal now, swing and fouled back by Weiss. White with an 0-2 advantage, one away. Looks to get the ground ball here. The deal. That one fouled back as well. Connor Weiss, 0-2 still. One away in the inning. Channa's over at second. Calhoun over at first. Both a threat to steal. As Garrett White deals. Runner in motion. That one fouled back.
That was a great jump there from Shanez. I thought he was going to get there, but Weiss just fouled it off, and we'll do the 0-2 again.
Typically, you want to steal early in at-bats if you're over at second. Try not to distract your teammate.
Well, in that situation, Weiss couldn't let that one go. Otherwise, it would have most likely been strike 3. But able to foul it off and stay alive in the at-bat.
White will do an 0-2 once more. One away. Check over to second on Chanez. One more for good measure, and we're going to have time called by the umpire. White really slowing this game down on the mound. White, the 0-2 once more. High fly ball into foul territory, and that's an easy grab for Elliot Peterson for the second out of the fourth.
Yeah, Garrett White gave up 2 base runners, but able to force 2 pop-outs as it went from 2 on with no outs to now 2 on with 2 outs.
The second baseman.
So much better situation if you're Garrett White.
Number 2, Ty Poole.
Ty Poore now back up for the Red Raiders. 0 for 1 on the day. That's first pitch in there for strike number 1. The 0-1 to Poore. That one high fly into shallow-ish center left. And that's an easy grab by Cisneros for the third out of the inning. No damage done, but the Red Raiders threatening to come back in this game on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome back. Cooper Beneke back up now for the Crop Dusters. Beneke grounds that one over to Beasley. Beasley throw across the diamond in time. That's the first out of the bottom of the fourth, and that's a great way to start it.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out for Patrick Zeller as that one was a high chopper nearly got over the head of Beasley, but able to snag it above his head and throws on over to first for the first out of the inning.
Eric Beeman once more. Beeman 0-0. This is a first pitch ball. In and away. 1-0 to Beeman. And in there for strike one. One to Beeman. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. So just one away. Beeman a face on the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's another strikeout for Patrick Zeller.
Yeah, Zeller seems to be a lot more comfortable with his off speed and his breaking balls here to start things off in the bottom of the fourth, as he just kept attacking the zone and dropping pitches below the bat of Beeman, able to send him back to the dugout swinging.
And it's Elliot Peterson as he skies that one high into left, and that's an easy grab out and left by Blair Spees. So a quick inning here for Patrick Zeller. No damage done. 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the fifth. Welcome back now. Fifth inning action for you here from J.J. Isaacson. If you missed it earlier, Crop Dusters batted 5 runs in the bottom of the first. In the top of the second, the Red Raiders got 3 back in response. Garrett White out for his 5th inning of work now. Deals an 0-0 high fly into shallow center. And that's the first out of the inning on a one-pitch swing from Jaden Mache.
Yeah, these pitchers both have bounced back really well after giving up 5 in the first for Zeller and 3 in the second for White. Both of them have posted 2 scoreless innings, and White has posted 3. Or excuse me, Zeller has posted 3. So it's been a very, very good bounce back. Both very good bounce-back performances from both of these arms.
Ty Beasley up for his second chops at the plate. It's a 1-1 count to Beasley with 1 away. It's the next one fouled back to the right. Beasley looking to get on base here. Red Raiders looking to tie this game up. Maybe even take the lead if they can. As the deal from White down and away for ball number 2. Two now. Kick delivery from White, and that one high in foul territory and an easy grab for Eric Beeman. Second out of the fifth.
This game is absolutely flying right now. Again at 7, already 8-11. So here we are now in the top of the fifth.
Top of the order, the left fielder, William Penn University, number 8, Blair Speed.
Blair Speed's up again. Struck out looking both times up so far. Looks to improve. That won't help as a swing and a miss to start him out. The 0-1 to Spees. That one fouled into the fence. Almost got stuck. We'd love to see that again.
That was hilarious whenever we saw it. It was just stuck over here on the right side.
Bad one behind, too.
I know.
Oh, 2 now to Spees. That one high. Away, 1-2. One, two from White to Spees. A swing and a ground over to Brown. Brown fumbles it, and did he get him? No, not in time. We got our producer Ethan McCormick over here doing his signals as we saw in the All-Star game.
Can we get an Ethan cam on? Can we try and get an Ethan cam on that?
We
Ethan camera. This is our new thing. We have a new thing here. We have a new thing where, in case you needed a visual on the call for that one. Thank you, Ethan.
Always love to see him assisting. So it's a 1-1 count with 2 away. Don't worry, we'll get you Ethan's strike call in a moment. As the 1-1. White, a check on first, kick delivery in there for strike number 2, 1-2 now. Spees over at first. This is Braden Jackson in the 1-2 count delivery. That one grounded right back up to Brown. A little fumble once more. Throw over, pulls him off the bag. It's going to advance both runners now. Spees almost rounded there. Got the stop sign over at third. So that's a single and a throwing error. Charge that error to Matthew Brown. That's going to be an E4. And now the Red Raiders are threatening with 2 in scoring position to tie this game.
That's just how quickly a baseball game can change. As there was no on with 2 outs, and then Matthew Brown with 2 very small errors over at second, but ended up costing them hugely. So there's now runners on first and second. It's tying run back to second base already.
And Jackson Steele, it's the Oklahoma Christian University man with a .318 average. This is not the guy you want as he laces that one. That's going to be a base knock and score the 4th run of the game. Look at the Red Raiders trying to mount this comeback. It's an RBI single for Jackson Steele.
Great piece of hitting there. He just went and attacked the first ball he saw. Just roped it just in front of the left fielder. And Keski, who couldn't get there, and cuts the lead in half, and now a 5-4 Crop Dusters lead.
It's Nick Chanez now playing first base for the Red Raiders in this one, as that one a high fly pop-up in the infield to Matthew Brown, and that one he has got with no trouble. So the Red Raiders strike for 1, cut the deficit to 1. It's a 5-4 game here. Don't go anywhere. This game is just getting interesting on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome back now. Bottom of the 5th action just about to be here for you. Andy Cisneros, center fielder. Cisneros out of Golden West College coming into this game with a .211 average. It's a 1-0 count to start him out. Crop Dusters have to defend this lead the best they can. That next one down and away. We still have no action in either bullpen so far. Cisneros faces a 2-0 and swings and misses at that. It's a 2-1 now for Patrick Zeller to work with.
You gotta wait till the next strike.
Next one down and away. Bounced away from Miche. Little rhyme time. Cisneros, 3-1. The deal from Zeller fouled back and away. As we'll get you Ethan's reaction.
I think we're gonna need a punch out from him if it's a big a strike.
Payoff pitch from Zellers. We have time called by the umpire. So now we will finally get our payoff pitch. Zeller, full count, down and away. That's ball 4 for a walk. Cisneros leads it off with a walk. And we're going to see Will Barrett, the extra hitter, back up once more.
Will Barrett.
Oh, flip it back. For now. Flip it back for now.
And it's, like I said, Will Barrett. The deal to Barrett, a swing and a miss to start him out. Check at first, the throw down, and that's going to fall into left. Did not hop over the fence. That's going to be a double. And that's a perfect start to what you want if you're the Crop Dusters after the leadoff walk. It's a 2-bag double for Will Barrett.
Yeah, that one got all the way to the warning track, as that was an absolute laser of a hit from Will Barrett. Now runners on on second and third with no outs.
It was almost a drive over the fence. The deal from Zeller, a swing and a miss now. The deal now, down and away. It's 0-1. Rust trying to get insurance runs. That's exactly what the Crop Dusters need now with that single run lead. The deal now from Zeller, not in the zone. It's going to be a 2-1 count now to Cody's Rust.
If you're Zeller, you need to keep your composure here. Obviously, you're getting yourself in a bit of a jam, but got to keep doing what you can do. You keep throwing what you know best.
Rust grounds that one over to Chanez. Fell down. He's going to be in there safe. So it's a bases loaded opportunity now for Parker Mooney. And this is the opposite of what you wanted if you're the Red Raiders. This could be what we've waited for all season. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx it. as Mooney will not get us that result as he flies that one into left. And that's the first out of the inning, but bases are still loaded here. Cade Perry with another great opportunity.
Yeah, and Mooney, you can look at take a look on his face. He just missed that one. Nearly had a big hit there. Just couldn't get a hold of it. As he swung at the first pitch he saw and just missed it. But still 1 out with the bases juiced.
Cade Perry, the Washburn University man, coming into the game with a 197 average, 7 hits to his name this season as he faces a first pitch strike from Patrick Zeller. Do have action in the Red Raiders bullpen. We'll get that to you when we can. As next pitch is out and away. It's a 1-1 count with 1 away. The deal from Zeller, swing and a high fly into right. Tagging up at third, hope he didn't leave early. The throw down to home, not in time. That was right over the head. Jaden Mache to jump for that one. Maybe if it was a bit lower, that would have been a close play at the plate. But it's an insurance run, and the Crop Dusters add 1 more to their lead.
Yeah, Typor with an absolute laser out there and right. Just overthrew it just a little bit. Unable to get Cisneros at home. And Crop Dusters get back that run they gave up in the top half of this inning.
And it's Matthew Brown. Bases are not loaded, but man at second and third. 0-0 with 2 away. Delivery to Brown, outside and away. Over in that Red Raiders mound in the bullpen, as Brown swings and misses.
Brecken
It's
Sylvain.
Brecken Sylvain, the Minnesota Morris man, with his teammate Josh Austin from Minnesota. With the deal from Zeller to Brown, that one not in the zone. Make it a 2-1 count now to Matthew Brown. Deal now to Brown. Hard drive into left, and that's a great diving grab. Oh, baby, what a grab over and left by Braden Jackson. That's the 3rd out of the inning. And the Crop Dusters add to that lead. But what a great play to end it here on the Corn Belt League Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back into J.J. Isaacson Field for the 6th inning now. It's Chris Calhoun as he shows bunt, squares, and fouls it back to the backstop.
As I was saying, so rudely interrupted, at the top or at the beginning of the bottom of the sixth, there's a dog right in front of you. Get that dog. Also, I have your paycheck.
White the deal. That one grounded and fouled to the left.
All right, you're going back to Ryan.
Garrett White is back out for his 6th inning of work.
Outside of the second inning, it's been a very good outing here for Garrett White.
As Calhoun drives that one high into right, and that's an easy grab for Cooper Beneke to start out the 6th.
I was saying 5 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of them earned. 3 Ks and 1 walk on the afternoon, or evening, I should say. So outside of that 1-3 spot in the second, it's been a very strong outing for Garrett White, sitting at 88 pitches here tonight.
And it's Dylan Breezeboy up once more as he faces Garrett White once more. Breezeboy is 0 for 1 today. Had a walk and scored back in the second. White kick delivery. That one swung and drove into left. That's going to be another easy grab out in left. So 2 outs, both on drives to the left and right side. That one by Ben Keski, an easy grab. So quickly, 2 away here in the top of the 6th. The Red Raiders have to make more of these at-bats.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Red Raiders from Bellevue University, number 29, Austin Sheever.
Austin Sheever now.
You worked 1 game.
Sheever coming in and replacing Connor Weiss. The deal now away. It's a 1-1 count now. Deal to Sheever, drive into left and foul.
Oh, that was out.
That was, whoa, that was out of here.
Just foul left of the foul pole. Went over the fence out there and left. That ball was absolutely turned on.
Man, I would have loved a home run call right
It
there.
was just foul. As that would have made this one a lot more interesting and made the Red Raiders' job a lot easier in the top of the 7th.
Sheever, you saw the reaction on his face, not happy with that one, just hoping he could get a little bit later on that one. A 1-2 now to Sheever, up and away. It's a 2-2 count to Sheever now. So the Red Raiders respond with a run of their own. Deal now, up and away from Sheever again. Deal once more to Sheever, fly into right and foul. Got a few extra baseballs for the umpire. And we'll resume here. Sheever in a full count against Garrett White. Really worked up that pitch count. Next one, swing and a drive into center. And that's a grab. A little hop and bloop into center. Shallow center, but Matthew Brown there for the grab. I have a few reports on that other foul home run, really, but we'll let you know when we come back on the Corn Belt League Network. Sylvian out on the mound now for the Red Raiders. Sylvian coming into this game from the University of Minnesota Morris. Coming in to this contest with an ERA just under 3 at 2.92. In 19 innings of work, he struck out 21. Very respectable numbers. Look at a few warm-up pitches. Good small little crowd on hand tonight. Got a few dogs, as you saw earlier. May have saw coming into this inning. It's going to be Keski to lead it off against Sylvian.
Sam, we were looking back at that near foul ball by, who was it? I believe it was Austin Sheaver. Looking back at the replay, we're looking at it. We're like, that looked like it was fair. So
We did check the replay, and it did turn out it is fair, but no official replay system, unfortunately.
we do not have instant replay here instigated yet in the Corn Belt League, unfortunately. So, I mean, you think about it, though. Back in, I believe it was the second inning, they said that one of the guys from the Red Raiders left early and took away a run and ended the inning. So if both those calls go their way, we have ourselves a tie game.
It's unfortunate in the Red Raiders, but they just have to keep battling back. As Sylvan delivers his second pitch of the night. It's a 2-0 count now to Ben Keski. It's Keski, Beneke, and Beeman in this inning for you. And Sylvian in a 3-0 hole against Keski. Deals the 3-0 to Keski. That one in there for strike number 1. Looking to get a full count to deliver from Sylvan, and that one out and away. That's a leadoff walk for Ben Keski.
Yeah, that's a good start to the inning for the Crop Dusters if they want to add on some insurance before they head back out for the 7th frame, as they now have 3 outs to protect a 2-run lead, but looking to add on to that and make their lives a little more easy in the 7th inning.
But it's the right fielder, Cooper Beneke. Faces that first pitch, a throw down to first, diving back. It's almost a dangerous play there. Keski had to dive back. Ball on that first pitch. It's 1-0. Delivery, runner in motion. That's Keski. That one fouled back, but it's going to be a dead ball. So Keski's going to have to head back. It's a 1-1 count to the right fielder, Ben Keski. Delivery, it's Cooper Beneke, 1-2 now to Beneke. A 1-2 check over to first, jumping over the bag. Really had to get back in for that one. A 1-2. Keski in motion. That one into right and caught out at first, and they get the double play. Keski didn't tag up, thought that one was going deeper, and it's a double play for the Red Raiders. That gives them the break they needed.
Yeah, that was just a failed hit and run. Keski took off with the pitch, and Beneke just popped that one over to first. Beasley made the catch and just threw it over to Sylvain. And now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
And it's going to be Eric Beeman out of Mount Mercy University. Delivery from Sylvain in there for strike number 1 to start Beeman out. Once more a deal from Sylvain in there for strike number 2. Beeman in the 0-2 count. The deal, that one outside.
We'll see if he punches him out. We'll wait till he...
1-2 to Beeman. With 2 away, Beeman up high. It's a 2-2 now to Eric Beeman.
This could really shift the momentum for the Red Raiders if they can get a punch out here. That would really amp up the offense as they need two runs with 3 outs left.
The deal, that one fouled off to the right. This will get you Ethan McCormick's impression here in just a moment. Sylvain, 2-2, deal to Beeman. Kick, delivery, swing, and fouled way out to the left. Ethan. Thank you, Ethan.
That was indeed a foul ball. Second one in a row.
Going to get our PA guy Connor Shelton to try that too, as Sylvain deals, and a swing and a miss by Eric Beeman. That's another strikeout for this Red Raiders team. They're going into the top of the 7th, trying to rally back here on the Corn Belt League Network. Ethan?
Anything?
Welcome back to J.J. Isaacson Field. A beautiful view right there of just the beautiful pink skies.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning for the Red Raiders, the second baseman from Nebraska West.
Last chance.
2, Ty Poole.
And Ty Poor, the first. Deal to Poor outside and away, 1-0. Poor in a 1-0 count. That one out and in. We apologize for not bringing it up, but the new pitcher on the mound in this inning, it's Chase Houselog from Gustavus Whittaker.
6th appearance on the year, 7 innings pitched.
As that one almost got Poor.
This is a save opportunity for Houselog with 3 outs remaining and a 2-run lead for the Crop Dusters. But not a good start here as he's down 3-0.
Next one in there for strike number 1. Thank you, Ethan. As the next one grounded over to third to Perry and in time to Beeman. That's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it's a good bounce back there from Houselog. Went down 3-0 on Ty Poor, but ends up throwing a strike to make it 3-1, and then it was ground out to third, and there's 1 down. So they're 1 out closer to their 8th win on the year.
The deal and in there for strike number 1 to start out Mache. Mache and Beasley, the last 2 chances as it stands right now. The deal, that one fouled way out to the right, and it's an 0-2 hole for Jaden Mache. O2 delivery from Houselog, and in there, they're going to say he went. That's Houselog's first strikeout of the night, and that gives the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the third baseman from the University of Minnesota, Morris, number 21.
There's a great pitch there on 0-2. Just got it low. And unable to hold back was Mashai. And now 2 down in the top half of the 7th. 1 out away for the Crop Dusters.
And Ty Beasley is the last hope, but he starts out great with a 1-0 count against Chase Houselog.
See you later, Joe.
Deal now. That one grounded right back up the middle. Over to short for Zrust, and he can't glove that one cleanly.
Yeah.
It's going to be a knock for Ty Beasley.
Yeah, we're going to rule that one a hit. And now it flips the lineup card over. So bit of danger here for the Crop Dusters. 2 outs on defense, but top of the order coming up now for the Red Raiders. Blair Spees, the last hope now for the Red Raiders as it stands.
Spees, 1 for 2. Excuse me, 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out looking twice. Singled his last time up. See what he has in the bag here.
This is an interesting press box here.
Is that one fouled into left and gloved? No. Cade Perry not able to grab that one. It's a 1-1 count.
Cade Perry unable to make the play over on the left side as he was trying to end the game there, but just couldn't quite come up with the breadbasket catch. And the game, for now, Spees stays alive here on the 1-1.
It's a 1-1 to Spees with 2 away. Houselog, the 1-1 runner in motion. That one fouled to the fence. My goodness, was that close in clearing the fence. Could have jumped up and rushed open the window there.
4 inches more above the fence here, and that would have most likely came and hit us here in the press box. So we're still waiting for one to just pop right over right here to us. It's we're waiting on one. We're waiting on one.
1-2 Houselog. That one in there, and no throw down to second. It's ball number 2 and a 2-2 count now. Advancing up to second. That is Jaden Mache, I believe. As we're going to have time called by the umpire. No, excuse me, that's Ty Beasley out at second. My apologies.
Hey, Casey. Is my mic, is the color on the mic red or is it black? Red. It's red?
Spees
I
now.
know, I'm just making sure it's charging.
Faces a 1-2 grounder right in front of the catcher. Houselock clubs it over in time. Crop Dusters win it by a final score of 6-4. Don't go anywhere. We're going to bring you the final recap when we come back here on the CBLN for Tuesday Night Baseball. Welcome back here to J.J. Isaacson Field for the final recap in tonight's game. A 6-4 win for the Crop Dusters, just what they needed. Crop Dusters now one game ahead in the standings. I believe should advance up to more after this game. Coming into this game, both teams on a hot streak. Sam Whittaker and Mike Knockenhauer recapping this one for you. A very great game, Mike, overall. What did you think?
Honestly, it was just the story of the game was Crop Dusters top out for a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Then the Red Raiders answer with 3 of their own. But other than that, pretty clean baseball game. Both pitchers I thought did pretty well outside of their inning of, I want to say, just like kind of disaster. Not disaster, but kind of a fiasco early on. But they both settled in. Their stuff seemed a lot more consistent. They seemed a lot more comfortable. So it was very interesting to see how they were able to bounce back and really seem to take control of the game.
I want to bring you the final box score almost in this game. Crop Dusters exploding for 5 in that first inning, in that bottom of the first. And the Red Raiders responded immediately in the top of the second with 3 runs of their own. In the fifth, both teams strike to get 1 more run to boot their name. But overall, this game finished up with a 6-4 win. Excellence on the mound by Garrett White. What did you think of him?
Yeah, our player of the game, Garrett White, as we said, came out a little flat. First inning looked good. Second inning was a bit shaky, but other than that, it was an absolute gem, I think, from Garrett White. As you can take a look at his final line, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 Ks on 1 walk on 98 pitches. So a very good outing from him, especially considering what he had done the last 2 outings he went out there, as it wasn't his best stuff, but good. Looked like he was moving in the right direction tonight if you're the Crop Dusters.
Well, we appreciate you for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much for everyone here. Ryan Kelly, Mike Knockenhauer, Sam Whittaker, Ethan McCormick, Colton Adler. Check out our socials on YouTube. We will have the player of the game interview on our YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Next time, action on the Corn Belt League Network. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your night.